Good afternoon and welcome to Senior Cup. I am your host, Lorna Herron. In our show, we believe that you are the foundation in which Boston was built. Our goal is to connect you to resources, benefits, and information to enhance your life. Thank you for joining us. On today's show, we're talking about how to beat the heat this summer. Joining me are my two co-workers, Taisha Jones-Horner and Annette Richardson. Thank you for joining me today, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
So let's just open this all up. Let's start gossiping about this heat. It's hot.
Good. Sounds
it's
good.
hot. It's hot. It's hot.
It was
it's hot.
yesterday. Yeah.
It is hot.
And a lot of things happen when it's hot out. You get tired, you get fatigued, you get dehydrated. And a lot of people are forgetting one thing, and that's to keep hydrated, keep cool, you know, and it's so easy to forget those two things because you're always on the go. You would just want to relax, especially when people that are living around the beach area. It's amazing on how many people I see that is not really paying attention to bringing water out with them.
Staying hydrated, right?
Right.
That's very important. Yeah.
So throughout the whole summer, I'll be going out throughout the city of Boston, as usual, that I have been doing for the past 7 years, and talking to the seniors about how to stay cool. And one of the things that we really emphasize on is wearing loose clothing. Like I keep saying, keep hydrated, take cool showers or baths.
Don't overexert.
Yeah. And for those that love cooking, please, I beg you, please, keep some water nearby and try to avoid cooking a lot of heavy, hot foods. You know, it's easier for you to eat something light. And those, how many people know people that's grilling out here?
All the time. They're starting that up early.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
that's
And
awesome.
so throughout this whole entire summer, that's one of the things that that's a necessity to talk about too, is the people that are grilling. Because everybody else, if you ever notice when you go to different cookouts, everybody else has everything that they need except for the person on the grill. So I'm encouraging everyone to take care of your grill master. Okay, it's
Make sure
important
they're
for you to
hydrated.
do. Make sure that they're eating and they're drinking as well. And if it's water, you know,
And
we want-
also,
Yes,
also to
say
chime
water.
in, we have seniors who are also suffering from chronic breathing or lung disease.
Right.
If they're suffering from that, if it's hot outside, stay indoors in a place that is well ventilated and cool,
Yeah.
and make sure they stay on top of their medications as well. Flovent, albuterol, whatever they're taking, they have to make sure that they stay on top of their doses, especially when it's hot.
Right. So it's a chore for everyone, but it's okay.
Right.
So if you're gonna have family cookouts, what I would recommend for you to do is to find a cool place for the elders and the babies as well.
Yeah,
But
nice shady spot.
yes, yes. Or if it's at someone's home, keep the area, keep one of the rooms a cool spot for them, especially on those hot
Not
days.
too much light.
Right.
Shade.
It's okay for people to be able to, visit the elders inside instead of them being outside, because we really don't want for our seniors to be passing out in this heat. It's warm. It's gonna be warm. The sun is very strong now, so we try to encourage you all to, go out when the sun is not at its highest peak. So it usually gets the most warmest around noontime. So if people can get things done around, first thing in the morning, it's easier.
And don't be afraid to pull out those umbrellas and those sun hats.
Do you?
And
Some
that
of us see this.
sunscreen. And, because we don't wear sunscreen most of the time, but we should be wearing sunscreen, have our hats on, and don't be ashamed to carry an umbrella
No,
during the summer
there's nothing
when it's
wrong.
not raining.
There's nothing wrong with it. And you know what? You'll be amazed at how many people trying to jump up under your umbrella in the summertime than it is in the winter during the raining season. It's amazing. But and like you said, put those hats on. There's so many different hats out here. They're nice, cool ones. They have floppy ones for the ladies. They have style and grace with them. They have the nice style and grace ones for the brothers as well. One thing is that you can find them in the stores that that are affordable.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to those major stores to purchase these hats. They have them in the small, and some of them in the pharmacies as well. So, you know, consider purchasing a hat. I know I got to invest into a new one. I have to get one or two for my mom. You know, and it's important for you to really consider that, even with a visor as well, protect your eyes.
I like to freeze my water at night, and then
And
during
carry
the
it
day
with
when it's
you.
when it's so hot out, that water just refreshes me. So, and sometimes I also like to put cold water in a spray bottle. So whenever I'm feeling too hot, I can just mist myself a little bit and cool myself down. So
Right. Now with that, you have to be careful on, you don't want icy cold water, because from
The temperature change is not good, especially for seniors.
Oh wow.
yeah, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, no,
I didn't
know
know
it's
it.
good to drink warm water, but I didn't really know that if you
Yeah,
don't-
room temperature is better, not the freezing cold. Freeze it so that when you go out to the beach or you're gonna go sit out,
you'll be out all day.
yeah, you'll have it. At least it'll eventually be at the room temperature, so you don't have to worry about it being too hot.
Yeah, that's good to know.
But it's good to have it cold, because if you're too hot, you can always use it for like a little ice pack. Something like that you can use it for.
You're right.
You know, put around your neck or something like that, or wrap a cloth around it, and the cloth will get cold, and use that too.
Yeah.
But drinking it, it's better if it's room temperature or slightly cool, so that, you know, because if you're really hot and you drink that cold water, it's going to shock your body.
Right.
good to know.
And you know, if you're going to the beach or you're going to I notice a lot of people are going sitting out on golf courses and too as well. But what I remember growing up is seeing my grandfather having this tub, and he'd be sitting outside with his little fan and his feet stuck up in the
Feet in the tub, okay.
I'm all like, okay, now if we get some of them, they have those little things that they sell in the stores now where you can put like ice and beverages and stuff. I'm not saying put the ice in there. What I'm saying is if you're at the beach, grab some of that water, have one of the grandkids or one of the kids bring some of the water, put it in that bucket, and just have it there so that you can cool your feet down. Because from what I understand from a medical professional is that the warmest parts of your body, you know, is your feet and your head.
I heard that too. Yeah.
So I like the fact that you touched on the cool rag. Annette, you know, if someone put a couple of ice cubes in a Ziploc bag and with a rag, about time they get to their destination, that rag will be moist and it'll be cool, so they can do that damping.
Right.
And it's so easy to forget when you're on the run. People think young people are always on the run, but seniors are on the go.
Yes.
They're gone.
I know.
Where you going? Oh, I'm going here. I'm going there. And the one thing that we didn't touch on strongly enough is that sunblock. You gotta wear your sunblock. It's so easy to
Skin
get
cancer.
Yes, it's so easy to get sunburn, and you think that it takes hours to get a sunburn, and it really doesn't. It could be a little bit of time that you're out there, but especially if you're walking and running and just relaxing.
And especially if you go to the beach, if you're the kind of person who likes to be in the water, you need to get a sunscreen that's waterproof because you get sunburn quicker in the water. You don't realize it because you're wet, but you can get sunburn quicker when you're in the water. So yeah, a waterproof sunscreen is good for you.
And what
I have a
about
question about air conditioning. In senior buildings or even in homes, when's a good time, or is there a set time for people to turn the air conditioners on in the summertime? Is there a certain date, or does it run by company, or how does that go?
Well, there is a regulation out there where, as far as I can remember, I stand to be corrected. It's, I believe, in the middle of June is when they're supposed to change from the heat to the
Central air.
to central air or turning off the heat. That is, I don't want to give an exact date so that someone will
Be looking
Same.
forward to
Right.
it. And like, this is what I heard.
I'm pretty sure if you live
It's time for that air to be on.
Calling
It was
Lorna
on senior
said.
count.
Yeah.
She said.
So we're gonna say, I believe it's in mid-June.
Okay.
But a lot of management companies have turned the heat off on those hot days, so that people would be at least, comfortable. Unfortunately, this is one of those summers that it's spring still. It could be spring, and summer comes before then. Before the summertime, and it's warm, so you got to be careful. And if your apartment is too warm, try opening the window and letting some of that heat out. And it helps faster if you put the fan near the to pull the heat out at your window than to just to have
To have the fan turned a certain way, like
Yes,
instead of
facing outward.
Facing outward, okay.
Right, so that it get that heat out, and then you'll be able to turn it back around to be able to
Circulate that
circulate.
Yeah.
Right, but if you have any more questions, you can always call us at the Elderly Commission at 617-635-4366. And after hours, after 5 p.m., you can call the mayor's hotline at 617-635-4500. So it's important that if you have these questions, someone will be able to answer you. In the summertime is when we have our most calls. It like overflows, and like people have a lot of general questions, and we try to be prepared.
Aren't there centers for seniors to go to if they're too hot?
Yes, there's senior. There are. They're called cooling sites throughout the whole city of Boston. And for best results, you should call the Elderly Commission to find out where your cooling site is in that neighborhood, in your neighborhood. So I'm going to give the phone number for us again, and that would be at 617-635-4366, or the mayor's hotline at 617-635-4500. And we will be able to give you that location. So it's important that and it'll give you, to realize it, it'll give you an opportunity. One, if you go to a cooling site, you save on your electricity. Okay,
That's true.
we're always trying to find a way for the seniors to survive in an effective manner. So you go to a cooling site during the daytime, you will be able to, on those extreme heat emergencies, you would be able to save on money, stay cool, meet new people, and socialize.
Right, definitely.
And it's
That's a win-win situation.
yes,
right there.
yes, yes, and we like that, and we really would like to see more folks coming outside of the house, and I'm pretty sure that the cooling sites that we would have, we would know whether or not if there's activities that they would provide there as well.
Oh, good.
And for those that have their gardens, now we know the city of Boston have these different gardens throughout, and a lot of seniors have garden beds. Are they called beds? I think it is.
I think.
I can't remember. I want to call it a garden. I remember I was one of the first people to have a garden in the South End growing up. So people have them. They have them in their backyards. They have them at friends' house, family, shared
decks.
gardens,
Yeah.
on their decks. Okay. So for those of us that have those gardens, now we need to be careful as well. Some people are out there longer than others, and they're forgetting, they're watering the plants.
And not watering
Not
themselves.
watering
They're not watering themselves. They're focusing on, I gotta water my garden.
My
Okay,
petunias are
but
drying up.
my squash, my corn, and it's like, okay,
What
you
about yourself?
need to water yourself as well, and we ask of you to please keep water within your system. Now, when we say that, we're not telling you to drink gallons and gallons of water. No, that's not what we're telling you. You must get your doctor's advice before you make that decision on how much water that you should accumulate, especially those that are on certain medications and you want them and that have certain health conditions. So you make sure you check in with your doctor, like this summer, what should be my consumption on a hot day?
Right.
Because we don't want to.
Interesting. Yeah, this is my father has kidney failure, and he can only drink a certain amount of liquids per day. So how do you? That's something that I would want to look further into. Like, how do you stay hydrated in instances like that?
Right, and it's a good question. And don't wait until the doctor's appointment to do that.
Right.
They have, you can call, and someone will give you that answer.
Right.
Someone should be able to give you that answer, I should say, in those clinics.
Right.
So it's important for you to communicate with your doctor. If you do not feel comfortable calling, allow your child or your caretakers to ask those questions. For those that have visiting nurses coming in, you should ask that question to them so that they can get the proper advice for you before they come back to you. So it's all about communicating with each other. Talk. But as you're talking, you can get dry. So
Better sip some of
keep
that water.
hydrated. Keep hydrated. Keep
But I think
hydrated.
showers too are a good way to stay hydrated because your skin is the largest organ in your body. So if you're in the shower, if you're too hot, frequent showers are a good thing. If you can't get in the tub, then just sit and relax in the tub for a while. Just take a nice cool shower. And the water on your skin can hydrate just as much as drinking water. And you can do that 2 or 3 times a day, especially if you're home by yourself. Take a shower, throw a towel on the bed, and just lay on the bed and air out. And come on, that
Exactly.
and because you'd be surprised how quickly
feel
you
so
can
good,
get hot.
too.
And
Oh,
it
my
feels
goodness.
good, but how quickly you can be overheated.
Right. So the other thing is that we didn't touch on is buddy system. It is so important for you to communicate with at least one person in your family or one of your good friends at least every day. Communication is going to be the key. It could save your life. In the morning, I call my mom. How you doing? You all right? Yep. And she's telling me about all her aches and pains.
Yeah.
But at
You know
least we
she's all right.
communicated.
You guys are communicating, right?
The other thing is, I know if something's wrong, she'll be able to tell me. So it's like, okay, if she's not going to be cool here, what do we have to do as a family? So allow someone to know what's going on. Nobody is saying that you have to be having long, drawn-out conversations because, sometimes there's sibling rivalries and I'm mad at my daughter or I'm mad at my son or I'm mad at my grandkids or whatever, or they're not calling. And you're like, well, I'm the adult. They're supposed to call me. Let's humble ourselves and call
And reach out.
them just to let someone know I'm okay. And it's important that you communicate. I just can't stress that any harder because you gotta talk. You gotta tell people, I'm all right today. And if you know someone that really is not going to call anyone, it's important for you take that initiative to call them.
Call them.
Try, and if for those that are that know that they're in a senior housing or something like that, and you should speak to someone to have them, their neighbor, say, hey, can you possibly, you can go knock on so and so's door. You'll be amazed on how much that person may feel good about someone calling them.
Well-being check.
Yes, yes, it's important.
Right.
So we're learning that we should drink plenty of fluids, avoid caffeine. Oh, we didn't talk about that.
You see my eyes go, avoid caffeine.
Avoid caffeine and alcohol.
No coffee.
Yeah, well, okay. So
Caffeine.
I can't tell those that love their caffeine. I can't tell you what to do. I only can give you a suggestion.
Okay.
And the suggestion is try to avoid it, and try to avoid alcohol as well, especially when it's warm, because it changes you up.
It dries you out.
Yeah. So you got to get, if you're gonna drink,
Amongst other things.
if you're gonna drink caffeine, your soda. So what I'm gonna say is this: for every cup of soda you drink, try to drink a cup of water with it, so that you're keeping everything running smooth, and you're avoiding all of that.
Right.
That the after effects of caffeine and alcohol. So we talked about that, and then we talk about wearing loose clothing as possible in light colors, because the sun runs from the light. It likes to run to dark places. So the darker your colors are, the more sun you're gonna get.
That explains why I was hot.
Yeah, yeah. Take cool showers and baths. Avoid getting, avoiding getting tired. Just if you're walking, take your time.
Take it easy.
No, don't rush.
Take it easy.
Don't rush. Avoid cooking hot foods and use the buddy system. So, I would like to thank everyone for watching Seniors Count. It's brought to you by our mayor, Martin J. Walsh, and our commissioner, Emily Shea. To contact us, please call 617-635-4366 or the mayor's 24-hour hotline at 617-635-4500. I also like to thank Taisha and Annette for coming. And you also can email us at theelderlyboston.gov, or you can find us on Facebook. Have a great afternoon and stay safe and cool. Thank you.
Skies of blue and clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself,